y'all, it's Belle. Welcome back to my channel. This is the next part of my October possibility reads of the spooky fall time Halloween kind of reads. Hopefully I can get them all into this video. It's just that I'm a mood reader, so I don't really know what I'll be in the mood for when I go to pick up a book next. So I have all these possibilities of all these books I want to read for spooky season. So let's get into it. First we have Cinders and Sparrows by Stefan Bachmann. It says, in a witch's house, nothing is as it seems. When a scarecrow climbs over the garden wall, delivering 12-year-old orphan Zita a letter saying she has inherited a distant castle, she jumps at the chance of adventure. But little does she know that she is about to be thrust into a centuries-old battle between good and evil. Blackbird Castle was once home to a powerful dynasty of witches, all of them now dead under mysterious circumstances. All but Zita. And Zita, unfortunately, doesn't know the first thing about being a witch. As she begins her lessons in charms and spells with her guardian, Mrs. Cantanker, Zita makes new allies, a crow, a talking marblehead, 2 castle servants just her age named Bram and Minifer, and the silent ghost of a green-eyed girl. But who is a friend and who is a foe? Zita must race to untangle her past and find the magic to save the home she's always hoped for, because whatever claimed the souls of her family is now after her. An eerie and suspenseful tale of enchantment, family, and belonging from international best-selling author. That sounds so amazing. So excited. So we have The Peculiar Haunting of Thelma B. by Erin Petti. And I didn't know it, but the author had said that there will be a book 2 coming soon, so I'm very excited about that. It says, Thelma B has adventure in her blood, but this budding scientist gets more than she bargains for when a ghost kidnaps her father. And in the eccentric town of Riverfish, Massachusetts, nothing is as it seems. With the help of some local ghost hunters, Thelma must follow clues, face paranormal foes, and unlock an ancient secret to rescue her dad. But she needs to work quickly. There's someone wielding dark magic, and he's coming after her next. That just sounds amazing. And you also have illustrations sprinkled throughout too. I'm very excited for this. The Smashed Man of Dead End by J.W. Ocker. Knew this was no ordinary night terror. This time the monster was real. Any moment now, its hands would be free, and then after that, its legs. And then it would be out of the crack in the wall. And who knew what would happen after that? That sounds terrifying. So I cannot wait to get to this. Sounds perfect for all the creepy vibes. We have Curse of the Dearmad by Mylrea. Living in the ordinary world is anything but ordinary for twins Percy and Nell Shearwater. After all, Percy is not like most 11-year-old boys. Most 11-year-old boys don't have gills. When the grip of death tightens its hold on the twins' mother, Percy resolves to do whatever it takes to find a cure. But what if that means embarking on a secret and treacherous journey through uncharted waters to the island of Duna, an island which some say doesn't even exist? While Percy confronts the perils of the sea to save his dying mother, Nell will need to rely on her own mysterious gift if she is to have any chance of seeing her brother again. There's just one thing that lies in her way, the curse of the Dearmad. That just sounds so eerie, and I can't wait. Maggie Blue in the Dark World. That cover. By Anna Goodall. I don't know if this is spooky or anything. It looks like it will be a mystery, but the cover, it just gives me fall time feels and stuff, especially the back. And I really want to read it, so. Maggie Blue has always been happy to stay under the radar. The only people who seem to notice her are her eccentric Aunt Esme and the beautiful Ida, a fellow pupil who takes great pleasure in being mean to Maggie. Only Miss Kane, the new guidance counselor at school, shows her any kindness. But then Ida disappears. Despite an extensive hunt, no one seems to know what might have happened to her. No one except for Maggie. With Hoagie, a sarcastic talking cat, for company, Maggie finds herself entering a world very different to her own. A world where happiness is a commodity. A world that Maggie is connected to in a way she never believed was possible. It just sounds so good. I can't wait to read that. Everyday Magic by Jess Kidd. It says 9-year-old Affy Blackstack's parents have met a very unfortunate end. Now he's living in the super creepy Switherbroom Hall with his mad-haired Aunt Gertie and warty Aunt Zita. The thing is, Alfie's aunts aren't just weird, they're witches. When the circus arrives in town, Alfie makes his first ever friend, the fearless Calypso Fagin. But when Calypso's little sister Nova disappears, they must face the terrifying head witch in a race to find Nova and stop the next witch war. It just sounds so good, like it's gonna be really funny. Very excited for this. Victoria Stitch, Bad and Glittering by Harriet Muncaster. It just screams Halloween time. It says twins Victoria Stitch and Celestine are denied their royal birthright. Celestine accepts the decision with a grace, but Victoria Stitch is consumed by her obsession for power. The twins are like moonlight and sunshine. Could it be possible to break free of the role you have been given, rewrite your story, and change your own destiny? This just sounds like a fun, quick read, very witchy. There's illustrations all throughout. So, very excited. Once We Were Witches by Sarah Driver. 13 years ago, magic was banished and the witches were destroyed. Now the magic is returning, but so is the hunt. Sisters Spell and Egg grew up in Mistress Moldhill's school for wicked girls with no idea who they really are, until the day the message arrives, telling them to run. The message leads them to a funeral parlor, a mysterious portal, and a secret. And when Egg is in danger, Spell must accept the truth. Could she really be a witch? So excited. Everything about that just sounds incredible. Amazing illustrations sprinkled throughout. So excited. Next we have the Strangers series by Margaret Peterson Haddix. First book, second book, and the third book. This is like a mystery series. I'm very excited. I wanted to read them for a while. The third book came out, so I can't wait to get to them. 10 pages on the first book. What makes you you? The Greystone kids thought they knew. Chess has always been the protector of his younger siblings. Emma loves math, and Finn does what Finn does best, acting silly and being adored. They've been a happy family, just the three of them and their mom. That changes when reports of 3 kidnapped children reach the Greystone kids, and they're shocked by the startling similarities between themselves and these complete strangers. The other kids share their same first and middle names. They're the same ages. They even have identical birthdays. Before Chess, Emma, and Finn can question their mom about it, she takes off on a sudden work trip and leaves them in the care of Mrs. Morales and her daughter Natalie. The puzzling clues left behind lead to complex codes, hidden rooms, and a dangerous secret that will turn their world upside down. So these sound incredible and right up my alley, and I really want to get to them. We have the Curiosity House trilogy by Lauren Oliver and H.C. Chester. Look at the cover. Blessed with extraordinary abilities, orphans Philippa, Sam, and Thomas have grown up happily in Dumfries Dye Museum of Freaks, Oddities, and Wonders. But when a 4th child, Max, a knife thrower, joins the group, it sets off an unforgettable chain of events. When the museum's Amazonian shrunken head is stolen, the 4 are determined to get it back, but their search leads them to a series of murders and an explosive secret about their past. These just sound so great, and I cannot wait. I've had these for so long, and I cannot wait to get to them. There's some illustrations, so cannot wait. We have Moondial by Helen Cresswell. That was forever ago. It's a Faber Classics. It says, Mindy is the kind of girl who notices things. Pockets of cold air on a stairway. Cries on the wind. Ghosts. On nighttime expeditions from the house where she's staying, Mindy stumbles upon a moondial which takes her back in time. There she finds Tom, a sickly kitchen boy, and Sarah, a girl whose family thinks she has the mark of the devil. Will Minty find her way home, or will she be stuck in the past forever? So excited. Even the back's beautiful. We have Behind the Bookcase by Mark Steensland. Just a little snippet on the back says, Sarah took another few steps, using the flashlight to check the ceiling and walls for spiders or webs. With her head tilted back, she didn't see the hole in the floor. Her foot landed on nothing but air, and she fell forward with a yelp, tumbling through the darkness. Very excited. We have Ghost and Bone. The cover is creepy all on its own. By Andrew Prentice. It says, Oscar Grimstone has always felt like an outsider. His classmates make fun of his all-black clothes and pasty skin, but now strange things have begun to happen that Oscar can't explain, and he's starting to feel cursed too. Then Oscar discovers something truly startling. Even though he is very much alive, he can turn into a ghost. Desperate to find out who or what he really is, Oscar embarks on a journey to the place people go when they die, the magical city of Ghost. There, ghosts live freely, and Oscar fits right in. But as Oscar ventures deeper into the city, he quickly discovers that in order to dig up buried secrets, he will need to face grave dangers. And that's just the beginning of this ghost story. That is so intriguing. I cannot wait to find out what happens. Very excited. We have Mine, with another very creepy cover. Delilah S. Dawson and Catherine Arden blurbed the front of it saying, absolutely hide under the cover is terrifying. I loved it. In the back. Lily's new house is a real nightmare. Lily Horn is a drama queen. It's helped her rise to stardom in the school play, but it's also landed her in trouble. Her parents warn her that Florida has to be different. A fresh start, no theatrics. But this time, the drama is coming for her. The Horn's new house is awful. The pool is full of slime, the dock is rotten, and the swamp creeps closer every day. But worst of all, the house isn't empty. It's packed full of trash, memories, and Lily begins to fear the ghost of the girl who lived there before her. And whatever is waiting in the shadows wants to come out to play. Creepy. Can't wait. Yeah, The Cathedral of Bones by A.J. Steiger. Her ragged cloak hung in loose folds around her thin frame. A hood covered her head, hiding most of her face in shadow. Simon tried to sit up. Who are you? Where is the monster? Within the hood, her eyes glowed a dim purple. I am the monster. The World of Idendale is a curious place. Here magic is used by the very best animists who do wondrous things. These animists can call upon imps, wraths, and all manner of monsters to right wrongs, deliver justice, and accomplish feats no human could achieve. I have heard that this is very, very, very dark, and some people don't know why it's labeled middle grade because of how dark it can get. So I'd just be wary of that and look some things up if I were you and just see if it's something you want to read. I like dark upper middle grade. I want to make sure that nothing happens in it that I don't like to read about, like the sad things. But other than that, I'm excited to read it. So we have The Plentiful Darkness by Heather Kastner. She writes really great, spooky, creepy books. So I cannot wait to get to this one. And then Stephen Bachmann blurbed the back of it. And he's the author of Cinders and Sparrows that I showed earlier. And they say, this book gleams with an eerie magic. Its characters burning bright and fierce, a visual treat of a tale. And then it says, Rooney fell and fell and fell like she was tumbling down an endless well. She feared she'd never reach the bottom. At the same time, she dreaded the prospect of what might await her below, such as a grave of bones from all the children captured and tossed into the void before her. She dared one eye open, then the other, but she could see nothing in the gloom. Not her hands grasping at air, not her hair whipping fast at her face. It clung to her, a veil of darkness. So excited. So we have the Pickle Witch and Jack series by Claire Barker. Can't remember if there's going to be more, if it's just going to be 3, but these just look so fun and like the perfect read for the season. Dreadful strangers moved in on a wild and windy Thursday. Fudge nuts, cursed Pickle Witch, adjusting her cracked binoculars. This won't do at all. I bet they haven't even brought me cake. Pickle Witch lives in a tree at the bottom of the garden. She has a nose for naughtiness, a mind for mischief, and a weakness for cake. And unluckily for Brainbox and all-around goody two-shoes Jack, who just moved in, she's about to choose him as her new best friend. Jack is in for a whole lot of trouble. It just sounds so great. And illustrations sprinkled throughout. I'm so excited for these. Next we have the Witch School trilogy by M. Linus. First book. Second book. Third book. And these just sound so witchy and fun and like quick reads. And perfect for Halloween. Daisy Ward is not a witch. She is an actress, and actresses do not go to witch school. So when she finds herself at Toadspit Towers, sleeping in a swinging cauldron, surprisingly comfortable, and eating gloop, unsurprisingly disgusting, she vows to escape at all costs. But how can she get past the Toadspit terrors that lurk in the corridors? And what if she really is a witch? Maybe even the witchiest witch of them all. So excited. Illustrations throughout. And then another mystery series to throw in. Nisha, Accidental Detective by Serena Patel. Is everyone else's family this weird? Hell, my super dramatic Auntie Bindi is getting married tomorrow and she's having a mega meltdown. I've just found a ransom note pushed through the letterbox saying Uncle Tony, Bertie's husband-to-be, has been kidnapped and will only be freed if the wedding is canceled. I have to keep this a secret, otherwise it will be panic central. I guess it's up to me, Anisha, Accidental Detective, to save the day. So excited to start these. This is Lilliput by Sam Gayton. Cover. I don't know if this is spooky but it just gives me all the vibes just from the cover. Have you heard of the tale that's short and tall? There's an island in the world where everything is small. Kirkus Review says this delightful adventure inspired by Gulliver's Travels will appeal to budding fantasy readers. She is a girl 3 inches tall with eyes like drops of dew. Her clothes are cut from handkerchiefs and stitched with spider silk. For half her life, she has been trapped in a birdcage, while her giant kidnapper sits below her, writing in a leather-bound book. Her name is Lily, and tonight she's escaping. She is going home, to Lilliput. This just sounds incredible. Amazing illustrations throughout. I mean, look at that. So excited. Lastly, I'm going to do the longer series that I would like to get to, and if I don't have to read them in spooky season. I read spooky all year long. So the books that are 4 or more in a series. Yeah. We have the Skeleton Keys series, and the 5th book just came out and I'm waiting on it to get here, so this will be 5 books soon. And this is by Guy Bass. It's the first book. Here's the second book. Greetings, my name is Skeleton Keys, and this fantabulent fingers of mine open doors to hidden worlds. And there's his fingers. Join me for the curious tale of Ben Bunsen, whose only friend is a figment of his imagination, until now. For Ben's imaginary friend is about to become unimaginary, and his world will never be the same again. Prepare for monsters, pirates, and a story so truly unbelievable that it must unbelievably be true. For strange things can happen when imaginations run wild. Very full of illustration. I'm so excited for these. Next, this is a trilogy and then a new book, but I'm counting them together because I think that this next one is set in the same world, if I'm not mistaken. I'm just counting that because I will read this and then go to this. A Seth Seppi Mystery is what they're called. The Howling Hag Mystery. These are by Nikki Thornton. And since it might be set in the same world, I'm just gonna read the synopsis of the first book of this. Welcome to the Last Chance Hotel. Seth is the downtrodden kitchen boy at the remote Last Chance Hotel owned by the Nasty Bun family. His only friend is his black cat, Nightshade. But when a strange gathering of magicians arrives for dinner, kindly Dr. Thelma is poisoned by Seth's special dessert. A murder investigation ensues, and Seth is the main suspect. The funny thing is, he's innocent. Can he solve the mystery and clear his name, especially when magic's afoot? Sounds so good. Next we have Books of Elsewhere by Jacqueline West, the first book. It says, there's something spooky about Olive's new house. When 11-year-old Olive moves into the old house on Linden Street, she knows there's something weird about the place. The creepy antique paintings, the 3 very unusual cats. But the weirdest thing, when Olive finds and puts on a pair of old glasses, she can travel inside the paintings to elsewhere, a sinister world with strange secrets to keep. Soon Olive finds herself caught in a dark and dangerous plan. Can she confront the powers in the house that want to get rid of her and her family before the lights go out for good? I love how her glasses, I was gonna do it. Right there, yeah. And I love how they're what take her into the paintings too, and that's just such a great idea. Can't wait. We have the Nightmares series. They're by Jason Segel, who is an actor, I think, and Kirsten Miller. Charlie Laird has several problems. 1, his dad married a woman he is sure moonlights as a witch. 2, he had to move into her purple mansion, my favorite color, the creepiest place in Cypress Creek. 3, he can't remember the last time sleeping wasn't a nightmarish prospect, like even a nap. What Charlie doesn't know is that his problems are about to get a whole lot more real. Nightmares can ruin a good night's sleep, but when they start slipping out of your dreams and into the waking world, well, that's something only Charlie can face. And he's going to need all the help he can get, or it might just be lights out for Charlie Laird for good. More illustrations sprinkled throughout in this series too. The first book. And then the fourth book is everything you need to know about nightmares and how to defeat them. It's not really a story per se, it's just like that. But can't wait for these. Next, Tiffany Aching series by Terry Pratchett. Synopsis of the first one, The Wee Free Men. Tiffany wants to be a witch when she grows up. A proper one with a pointy hat and flying. She's always dreamed of flying, though it's cold up there. You have to wear really thick pants, 2 layers. But she's worried Tiffany isn't a very witchy name, and a witch has always protected Tiffany's land to stop the nightmares getting through. Now the nightmares have taken her brother, and it's up to her to get him back. With a horde of unruly fairies at her disposal, Tiffany is not alone, and she is the 20th grandchild of Granny Aching, shepherdess extraordinaire and protector of the land. Tiffany Aching. Now there's a rather good name for a witch. I love these newer covers. I just love all of these so much. Covers are just so good. And I don't think I've read anything by Terry Pratchett yet, so I can't wait to read something by him. We have the Serafina books. I'm very excited about these because the author, I don't know if he's from there, but he lives where I'm from, my home state. And so, some things are based, like the manor here, that's actually there. And so I can't wait to go in there and to see his take on this. It'll be like going home, but in a spooky way. Fictional way, but still, I'm very excited. Never go into the deep parts of the forest, for there's many dangers there, and they will ensnare your soul. Serafina has never had a reason to disobey her pa and venture beyond the grounds of Biltmore Estate. There's plenty to explore in her grand home, although she must take care to never be seen. None of the rich folk upstairs know that Serafina exists, but when children at the estate start disappearing, only Serafina knows who the culprit is. A terrifying man in a black cloak who stalks Biltmore's corridors at night. Following her own heroine escape, Serafina risks everything by joining forces with Braden Vanderbilt, the young nephew of Biltmore's owners. Braden and Serafina must uncover the man in black cloak's true identity before all of the children vanish one by one. And Biltmore Estate, like I said, is a real place, and you can get tickets, and a lot of people go there. It's just, so I'm very intrigued by this. That was the first book. Second. Then you have Willa of the Wood books. I don't know if there are going to be more for this or if there's just 2, but I think these are companions to Serafina. I think, I'm not positive, but I'm pretty sure that's what I heard, so that's why I'm including them together. Oh, and these are all by Robert Beatty. can't wait to get to these. Alright, I got it all into one video. That's it for my October possibility reads, the spooky edition. And I'm not gonna get to all of these in these videos, but I hope I get to a big chunk of them. So I hope you enjoy this, and I hope you'll stick around and subscribe. And thanks for watching, and see you next time.